So hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Small Steps Academy. And this is the class 2 of Monopoly, and I will be the first topic for the class will be consumer surplus, producer surplus, and the deadweight loss, which is created due to the monopoly. Okay, so as you all know, what is consumer surplus? So it is basically the difference between what are you willing to pay and the actual payment you make. For example, I go to the market and for say I'm willing to pay 12 rupees for a Lay's packet, but I got the Lay's packet for rupees 10. So the difference 12 minus 10 2 is my consumer surplus. I am better off. Okay. And similarly, so if you want to see it graphically, so consumer surplus is the area which is below the demand curve and above the price line. I'll show both consumer surplus and producer surplus in one diagram only. So let me just give you the brief about both the tools, and then we will make the diagram. So now let's come to the producer surplus. So what is producer surplus? So basically it is the difference between the amount producer is willing to supply good for and the actual amount received by him when he makes the trade. So did you get my point? Yes. So it is the graphically, if you want to see, it is the area above the supply curve and below the equilibrium price. Right? So let me ask you, what is the minimum amount that producer need to sell the quantity of his good? Okay, just ask yourself and see whether it's the right answer. So this is the marginal cost. Okay, right. Marginal cost is the minimum amount that producer needs to sell the quantity of his good. While in the consumer surplus, what is the maximum amount that a consumer can give to purchase one good? Similarly, for consumer, it is marginal utility. Got it? So supply curve is upward sloping, as you all know, because MC is upward sloping. So producer curve can also be called as the area above the marginal cost curve and below the price line. Right? So now let's come to the diagram. So I'll just give you a brief about like why do we call that it is above the price line and it is below the price line. So let me draw simple demand curve, and this is supply curve. Right? This is quantity and this is price. Okay, so this is the price line PE and QE. Okay, so this let me mark the area first. This is the producer surplus and this is the consumer surplus. So why do we call it the upper part the consumer surplus and the below part is producer surplus? So let me tell you now. So let us take any one point like Q1. We are taking Q1. So first we see from the point of view of producer. Okay, so the producer's minimum cost is this. The producers was expecting to sell the product at this price, that is willingness, what he was expecting to get from the trade, but he got this price. He make trade at this price. So this part is also a producer surplus. Similarly, if you take many points, you will get all the producer surplus this area, right? So now same point we'll see in the from the point of view of consumer. Okay, so the consumer is willing to purchase Q1. He was willing to pay this much price for this quantity Q1. But how much actual payment did he make? He make only this much payment. So this part is consumer surplus. Similarly, if you take all the points here, so you will get this area as consumer surplus. So this was just the basics so that you get to know that why do we call it consumer surplus and why do we call it producer surplus, the area below the price line. So this was the basic behind it. Okay, so now we will move on to the deadweight loss, which is created due to monopoly. So first of all, let me ask you, why is the deadweight loss created? Yes, it's created due to the market inefficiency. When the market, when the industry is not producing that output level, which is the social output level and which is the efficient output level for the society, then the deadweight loss is created to the society. And this is just like the cost to the society which is created due to market efficiency. So now we will do deadweight loss. So now I will explain this also through the diagram. You can write in short as cost to society created by market inefficiency. Right? So this is it. So we have to study due to monopoly. So why is deadweight loss created due to monopoly? Because the monopoly doesn't sell the amount which is perfect for the social welfare. What does monopolist does? He actually produce the less output and charge higher prices. That means he's not producing the output as compare which should be in the economy, so that there won't be any loss of welfare to the society. Like there's no loss of welfare to the society in perfect competition. So the monopoly doesn't do that. He produced the inefficient output to maximize its profit, right? So if we want to see from the diagram, it's just like this. Let me show it. Okay, so here's the quantity, here's cost and revenue, here's the quantity, and this is the, what do we call, MR curve, this is AR curve, and this is upward sloping MC. Since it doesn't mention me what type of MC it, so I'm just taking it upward sloping. It can be horizontal or anything. Okay, so as I taught you in the previous lecture, that where does the monopolist produce? So you know that this is the point, MC is equal to MR. This is the quantity which he sells and the price he charges. But according to the societal welfare, the efficient output is this. This is QM, quantity of monopoly, and this is QC, quantity when there is a perfect competition. Similarly, this is PM and this is PC. So you can clearly see due to this. So first of all, we just mark down the area. This is A, this whole area is P, C, and this is whole D, and this is E. So okay, so if I want to make a tabular form here and show you what was the area before or after the consumer surplus, before or after the monopoly or before the monopoly. So okay, so first we will take, like, we'll just make a rough table over here. Perfect competition, monopoly, and change. Here we will write CS, consumer surplus, and producer surplus. So what was the consumer surplus when there is perfect competition? So at perfect competition, you can see the quantity is QC and the price line is PC. So the area above the price line is consumer surplus. So what is the area? A plus B plus C. It's as simple as that. Similarly, if you see producer surplus, its area below the price line, and it's D plus C. Okay, that's great. So now you have to go to the monopoly. Now monopoly came into market. So you know the monopoly condition is MR is equal to MC, right? Okay, so due to monopoly, what has done? This is the price line. This become the price line now, and the area above the price line, the basic will be same. The area above the price line is A, which is consumer surplus. Okay, so A is the consumer, and below the price line, now this is the quantity. So you will take this area, this area. This is the producer surplus. So it is P plus D. So if you minus this from this, what you will get? This from this, monopoly from perfect competition. So here you will get minus B minus C, here plus B minus C, and if you see the total change, it will be minus C minus C. That is this part. So what is this part? It doesn't even, this welfare part has not even benefit the producer nor the consumer. So it doesn't go anywhere in the society. So it was just a cost to society. Like there's a loss of welfare in the economy due to the inefficient output the monopoly has produced, that is QM. rather than producing QC, which is the output at perfect competition level. So this is the deadweight loss, DWL. Got it? Okay. So now I'll just make one table. I'll just make one table over here, or let me just show you one more thing through this diagram. So it's obvious from here that consumer will be worse off. It's obvious. Like consumer changes after it's A, so it will be worse off because it has been omitted from here. So you can write here consumer always worse off in monopoly. Mind me. And if we talk about producer, so there's three cases for this, right? So we have to compare the difference between this B and A. If if B is greater than A, if this area is greater than this area, then obviously he will be better off. If B is less than E, this is short and this was long, so after monopoly he is worse off. And if it was equal to B is equal to C, so it was it is indifferent. He hasn't even worse off nor better off, so he can choose anything like to produce the same output or switch to monopoly. He has the choice, but he won't produce QC because he is the monopolist after all. So let me now, we will derive something from the something called the relationship between like producer surplus TVC, and TR, right? So I will make one table over here. So this is output 0 1 2 3 4. Now this is MC. First no MC, as you know, at 0 no MC, 20 21 22 23, right? Now TFC is same at every level, 100 100 100 100 100. Now we come to TVC. TVC is 0 20 41 63 and 86. Now we come to TC. 120 141 163 186. So okay, so this is the table. So I want to tell you, first of all, I want to tell you that producer surplus is not equal to profit. These are both the different thing. It will be only equal to profit when TFC is 0. That what am I trying to say? When is TFC 0? You all know that in long run TFC is 0, so then only we can say that the producer surplus is equal to profit. So suppose the quantity of equilibrium which he got is Q is equal to 3, and P of 3, you can see the price MC is equal to price. This is the price corresponding to P3. So if you want to calculate total revenue, it's 22 into 3, which is 66, right? TC is equal to 163, and you have a loss of, if you minus this from this, 97. And what is the producer surplus here? So you can see above this, below the price line, this 2 plus 1. PS is equal to 2 plus 1 plus 0 is equal to 3. So now if we go to the derivative part, like if you know that if you differentiate TVC with respect to Q, you will get like it will be equal to the MC. So now what you have to do is like integrate it. T dq TVC is equal to MC dq, right? So what do we got over here? Tell me. So we get that TVC is equal to MCDQ. So this is the condition if you are not given the table. Like I was given the table here, so we calculated directly. But if you are given the equation or something, then you have to calculate like this. So now we will draw the diagram. This is MR, this is demand curve, and this is MC. So this is the quantity, and we have to show the loss, so AC must be upward. So here, so you can see in diagram, this is loss, this all is producer surplus, since this is the price line PM, this is all the below the price line is producer surplus. And if you see below, if you integrate MR, what you will get, this is your TVC. So what can we see over here? We can see that producer surplus is equal to total revenue minus total variable cost. So this can be also seen from the diagram. Also see here TVC comes because when we integrate the MC, the result we get is this only, as I have derived it earlier. So this is the part TVC, this below area is TVC, and the area below the price line and above the MC is producer surplus. So this is the producer surplus, and the area like from here to all over here, this whole area is total revenue. So you can easily see that if you subtract total revenue, if you subtract TVC from the total revenue, you will get producer surplus. Or you can see in this manner, if we add producer surplus plus TVC, you get the whole area, which is total revenue, right? So it can be written as, so now if I want to derive the profit now, so profit will be TR minus total variable cost minus TFC, and this can be written as PS. As you know, we have already seen, we can write this as PS minus TFC. So I already told you that the producer surplus is only equal to profit when this TFC is equal to 0, and this will be equal to 0 in long run. So now we know the basics, so we can jump on to the some practice question. So the first question I'm taking randomly, like this is the price line demand function, and this is the marginal cost that you have given. So both marginal cost is in variable, it is not constant. So if you, and the question is calculate DWL due to monopoly. It's a very easy question. So I'll tell you what you should do, what should be your presentation. First you write a perfect competition, and one side you write monopoly. So first we will derive of monopoly, as we are studying monopoly. So first you know the monopoly condition is MR is equal to MC, just write over here, and the perfect competition condition is price is equal to marginal cost. Okay, so for MR, MC is given, so you have to calculate MR. For MR you have to first calculate the TR. You know what is TR, is P is equal to P into Q, it's 12Q minus Q square, right? So if you write the MR differentiating TR with respect to Q, you will get 12 minus 2Q. Now if you equate it with the MR with the MC, you will get 12 minus 2Q is equal to 2Q. This implies you will get QM is equal to 3, and MC at 3 is equal to 6. This we call MCM. What is this? Marginal cost at the monopoly output level. And if you put QM in the price function, you will get PM is equal to 9. So I think I forgot to tell you the formula of deadweight loss, but I will cover it cover it in this question only, so there is no need to worry about that. I'll explain from the diagram also and tell you the formula also. So now coming to perfect competition, we know what is the condition, equilibrium condition there, so we can directly write 12 minus q is equal to 2q, so we will get this 3q is equal to 12. So now what do we got? It's qc is equal to 4 and pc is equal to 8, right? So now we will draw one diagram and you will know the formula also here of deadweight loss. How do we calculate the deadweight loss? So this is demand curve is equal to AR, D is equal to AR, and this is MR curve. And if you want to mark the axis, this is straight line only. Pardon me for my drawing, right? So this is the quantity. If Q is equal to 0, it will come as 12. And if you plot this equation like when you do in maths, it's basic like this. So here the coordinates will be 12 comma 12. This is quantity and this is cost and revenue, right? So now what you have to do, you can see MC curve is equal to 2q, so it will pass through the origin and it will be straight line, okay, upward sloping straight line. Okay, so now you have to see, now we have to plot the data in this diagram, right? So first we can do is plot the monopoly output. So this is the QM which we calculated here, which is 3, and here this is QC when the perfect competition is there, so it is 4. So if you extend it further, so you will get here PM. What is PM? PM is 9 as you have calculated here. And if you want to see of competitive market, you will see PC here, which is 8. You got 8. And okay, and you also have to calculate, we also have calculated marginal cost at monopoly output level. I'll tell you why we have calculated this. So first we just mark it. This is the marginal cost at monopoly output level. So this is MCM, which we calculated it to be 6. So I've already told you about which part is the deadweight loss in this diagram. You have already know that it is this triangle which is the deadweight loss. So we have to calculate, basically find out the area. So the normal mathematics, if you apply, so you have to just write down the formula of half into base into height. So what is the height over here? You can clearly calculate from here. 4 minus 3 is the height, and if you want to calculate the base, you have to subtract PM and MCM. That's why we have calculated MCM. So we can derive our deadweight loss formula from here, that it is PM minus MCM into QC minus QM. It is normal the formula of triangle. So it's easy. You can like half into 3, as you can see 9 minus 6 is 3 and 4 minus 1 into 1. So deadweight loss in 3/2 units. It is that as simple as this. So now I want to tell you, if there is curve, the MC is not straight line, it's a curve like this. So what you can do, you have to just apply the integration which you learned in your 12th class. You have to just calculate area from the integration then, right? So I guess I have covered most of many topics now, and it was it's not tough, it was just kind of, it took me some time to teach this. It was not tough at all, and I hope you understand this lesson and you can practice question as many as you can. And thank you for watching this video. I want you to comment and tell what things did you not like and how we can more improve ourselves. And the question will be similar to this only, most of the question, but I just told you that there can be curve in the MC, and at that point you have to just calculate by using integration. That's it, nothing more in the formula, more in the this topic. And thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye.